Okay,
There you go.
perfect. I hope I have, is that your cloud recording or my cloud recording?
Yours.
Hopefully I have room. Huh.
Now you say something?
Yeah, because usually I do local recording.
Gotcha. Well, it asked me to request it. Look at Jamie. You gonna make me discon disconnect you?
Jamie?
Yeah, he's over here drawing on our board because we didn't take away
It's
his
fine.
abilities.
All right, we got five people. I'm gonna let them in. Okay.
We'll let him in. Actually, people showing up.
I
That's
don't know.
good.
Oh, one is DJ.
Still counts. Hey, Lori, Teresa, welcome
Welcome,
to the
welcome.
party.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
We can hear
I
you.
Yes, we can. Hi,
We can't
guys.
see you. There we can see you now.
There we
Hi,
go.
Fatima.
Fatima, how
How are
you
you?
doing?
Hi,
Ronald, how you
guys.
doing?
What's
Hey
up, baby boy?
everybody. Hey there.
Lori, how
Hello.
you doing?
Doing great. Everybody had a great day. I'm driving, so I'll be focusing on the road while I listen.
Sounds good.
Good.
As always, we'll give people a few minutes to kind of chime in so they don't get to miss out on all the fun. I will say this just to kind of make sure that we are cognizant of everybody's time. If you came to this Zoom with a deal you'd love for us to underwrite, let me know with like a one in the chat so I know you can kind of do stuff behind the scenes because what I'd like to do is just run the numbers on your deal and not the address so that it keeps the uh, people that are watching trustworthy or what's the word I'm looking for? Um, being
Honest.
fair. Honest. There you go. Thank you very much.
Honest
I
is the
appreciate that.
word. Yes, there we go.
hmm
All right. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the underwriting Zoom. So we have Jose with us and we have DJ. They are going to be the ones underwriting and whatever questions you have, would love to answer them. We got Jamie, Lori, Fatima, Teresa, and Ronald. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Teresa has OM multifamily. Um, Tell you what, let's do this. I'm gonna put my email in the chat. I hope Teresa, you're in a place where you could just email that to me.
Sounds good. I'll
Again,
send it out to you. What is your email?
I'm putting it right now in the chat for you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
You guys
I feel
have
like
a
we're in a
great
Pac-Man game with all the
Yeah, I can.
on the screen.
The people floating.
There's a way to control that. I think it's participants.
Oh,
Can you see me now?
yes, there
Yes.
you are. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just talked to the agent and I think this potential, but I'm not sure if this a good deal. That's why I'm trying to get help
Okay.
over here.
I think I'm gonna put away this whiteboard. I think I'm going to share my screen because on multifamily, I like using one of my calculators.
Okay, I'm going to send all the OM, PNL, and all that
Okay,
improvement list done. Okay.
that's
Okay,
fine.
Oh,
sounds good.
okay. Let's. Did you get it?
Give me a second here. Let me pull it up potentially.
Okay. My face
There
is
it is.
gonna be on the side because I need to see on the bigger screen.
That's fine. All right, we got this a flyer. Is this a rent roll? It is a rent roll. Perfect.
What the hell?
Give me 1 second, everybody.
Did any of you guys go to Squat Up Summit?
Yes.
Julie, I know I saw you there.
Yeah.
Jose, we know I did not see you.
Got back at 4 a.m. this morning.
You got home this morning?
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
Some of us just likes to
Same.
party all the time.
I was supposed to be home at Monday at 8, or yeah, Monday at 8, Sunday at 8.
I was supposed to be home Sunday at 3 p.m. I got home Tuesday at 3 a.m. It's rough.
Like we were on the same flights.
It was funny. I went to Phoenix first and then connected to Chicago. Going backwards to go forwards. Sometimes that happens in life, right?
Become an expert at it. Next time, just fly yourself.
I'm thinking about it. A similar thing happened in Miami.
Mhm. Jimmy, thank you for setting that up. Ronald, was it squat up? Okay. What's your takeaways while we get set up? Anything? Are you able to come off mute or text?
Hey, sorry, I'm at my W-2 and it's a body shop, so sometimes there's like loud noises. That's why I stayed on mute.
No
I didn't
worries.
want you guys to hear all the tools in the background and stuff.
Uh, you just do you, whatever you need to do. We understand.
Yeah, so this is actually my first time being on this Zoom, but it was also my first time being on Bill Fisher's Zoom earlier today, and something he mentioned was the most important things we can learn is underwriting and capital raising. And so
Mhm.
later on the WhatsApp chat, I saw that you posted that you were going to be doing underwriting. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll go to that Zoom then.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Whatever
Well,
you
you should feel honored, Ronald, because this is our first Zoom on this.
Oh,
So you shouldn't feel
okay.
bad that this is your first time being here.
No, awesome. That's cool. Well, nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet anyone.
likewise.
So,
Thank
Meet
you.
you.
in the interest of time and to make sure that I get Teresa, is it Teresia or is it Teresa?
Teresia.
Okay. So, um, this particular asset that she is looking at, they're asking 3.295. There are 32 units, and I'm grabbing all of this from her OM, just so everybody's aware. This calculator that I'm using is from Michael Blank. Um, I believe it's his free one. I know I paid for one years ago, but um,
And for those of you who are new to multifamily, what's the OM mean? We'll say
uh, you would ask me that.
operating memorandum.
There you
So
go. Thank you.
just so it's basically what they're going to send you with all the information if you're not familiar. So it has like the asking price, the units, should have like NOI, a lot of other information.
It's
So
basically your like a pitch deck, basically telling you this is why you should buy this property. It highlights all of the um, asking price, what the attractions are around the property, what businesses are around the property, so you can see what kind of job opportunities are for your tenants. They also usually will say these are the improvements that the current seller has made. It'll also sometimes show you comps of other like assets in the area so you can see what they sold for. So you can say, okay, this is what the market is allowing. And sometimes they actually give you a mini rent roll inside of it so you can kind of see what the unit mix is. And while I'm talking about that, that's one of the things that you want to look at when you're looking at a multifamily is the mixture of units. You don't really want to buy a multifamily that's like all one ones or all two ones. You want to kind of have a mixture of two ones, one ones, and even if you're lucky, a 3-2 type of unit. But two ones and one ones are pretty standard in multifamily. And this one does have a rent roll in it. Has a financial summary, rental comparables. All right, so I'm not going to go outside the OM. I'm going to take what they say, and this is the one thing about underwriting. You take what they give you, see if it's even worth digging deeper, right? So that way you're not wasting your time. So we got 3.29. Jaricia, do you have a estimated what you want to offer on this, or you want to see what you should offer?
I want to see how much should I offer because the agent called me earlier. They were asking me if I want to submit the offer. I said the 3.3 is too high for me, and I don't think that is a reasonable amount because I have to make it that small, and I might not making money because they are under market price right now.
Okay, so what do
So
you think? What are you thinking about offering?
I'm a big guess. I was thinking about 2.7
Okay,
just to make
I'm
it
just asking so I can plug
stabilized.
it in. And the reason why
Just
is
want
now
to
you
make it
see
that.
it
Uh,
gives me a price per unit, right?
uh-huh.
Typically standard 20%, so it also tells you what your down
Mm-hmm.
payment will be. Do you
Mm-hmm.
know if these units have been recently renovated or do they need some renovation?
That's the thing. The agent does not know how many, but I would think across the board, I want to renovate all the unit. That's why I'm thinking about 24 months uh, to make it stabilize.
Okay.
So I'm thinking
Um,
about like 100 grand to make it nice, changing the floor, making up a nice kitchen.
what do you think
Uh,
you'll spend per unit?
I'm sorry,
How much do you think that will cost you per unit?
100,000.
Per unit?
Per unit or total?
That's a lot.
Is that a lot? Like a
Per
bathroom,
unit, yeah.
kitchen, living room, flooring, painting?
I think she's
Yeah.
saying her total budget's 100,000.
Okay. I'm gonna just estimate 5 grand because it's been my experience 5 to 10 grand per unit is pretty much the standard when you're trying to figure out how much to put in there. Even if it's less, even if it's 2,500, this will give you a good starting point to decide. And if you look on the screen here that I'm sharing with you, are you guys all seeing my screen with the calculator just to make sure?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
yes.
You'll see that its estimated repairs total is $160,000, which is way above what you said you would need to fix all these properties, right?
Okay.
And just
Um,
pause there for a second for estimating on the repairs, 5,000, depending on the market, that's low.
it
So,
okay.
yeah. DJ, what are you experiencing? I mean, you've underwritten multifamily as well.
Yeah, anywhere from like 5 to 10
Yeah.
is
So
what
that's
I've.
on the lower end, Theresia. So just keep
Because
that in.
I want to make sure like the bathroom, like the kitchen, that is the two things crucial for me because the bathroom related to the pipe, I don't know what about the pipe need to be replaced or not. I'm thinking about the bathroom itself already, like probably like 5,000. That's what I'm thinking. The kitchen, I don't know if the cabinet need to be replaced, refaced. Uh,
These are all choices that
counter.
you need to make when you're doing your due diligence, right? But
Mm-hmm.
right now, you don't need to get to that deep of a level. Right now, you're just trying to decide whether this is a good property to
Right.
purchase.
I think 10,000 is more reasonable now. Makes sense. To
Okay.
go with 10,000, I agree.
Operating. I usually do. What do I do? I usually do a 5 or 10% operating. So we'll do
I'd say
just
at
a
least 8%.
Yep, somewhere in
yeah.
between there, so 5 to 10. Yep. And what we're trying to do is just to give you like a quick napkin underwrite per se, so you know whether or not to even make an offer on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me go back to. So we got. These look like they're all 2 1s.
One. Yeah.
All right, so 2 1s. So we're gonna have 32 units. Does it say the square footage?
800
140.
something, I think.
I think you'll have to check that reserve number.
Yeah,
Maybe too many zeros.
Or too many zeros. That three. Yeah.
there we go. Thank you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I did
We have
that.
10 million in reserves. We should be buying another multifamily.
Yeah, right. Well, I wasn't looking over there just yet.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Um, all right, so I'm looking at this, and so there's different values. Each unit is looking at the rent roll. Looks like the average is $1,000, roughly, is
Right.
where it's at. And then it, according to the OM, now again, this is just um, seeing you should dig deeper, right? Um, this doesn't mean that these are the true market rent. This is just what the broker is telling you could potentially get. So average rent is 450, gross potential rent is 556. You count 5% vacancy, and then
Mm-hmm.
concessions, right? Right now, if you look at this, there's no other um, income. There's no laundry. You can do that according to this OM. So you
I
could,
think inside the unit.
right, but there's an exterior like a complex laundry that you could monetize, but they're not doing that right now.
No, because the laundry is installed in each unit.
Oh, okay. So let me see if I can capture these expenses from this OM here. So according to this, current taxes, so let's go to current taxes, is 22,745. Insurance is 14,296. And just for those that will be watching the replay of this, um, multifamily is one of those that's really hard to do just by a napkin without using some type of calculator because of all the numbers. As you notice, I had to grab the current rent and the market rent and then subtract. So I took this number and this number to get this number right here, which was moved right here. Because this is it is today. This is what it could be. So you don't want to give them credit for what it could be. You want to give them credit for what it is. But you also want to know what your earning potential is.
And
Uh,
that's what they think it is, and that's their marketing material. So keep that in mind that you'll want to do your own research on that too to see if you agree or if you think they're selling you a bill of goods with that number. Sometimes they just mark it up. to try to make their
Mm-hmm.
offer more attractive. So you'll want to do some
Mm-hmm.
research on that.
And just keep this in mind too, Teresa. This is just for educational purposes, so don't take what we
Mm-hmm.
say. Make sure you do your due diligence. So
Yeah,
that's a
definitely. I
disclaimer we
just
should
want to.
wrap up. Of
Mm.
course.
All right, so I'm going to split. So if you notice on mine, I have gas and electric up here and water and sewer down here. They have it all on one line item on this O&M. So I'm going to just split that in half just to make sure that I accurately account for it. 0.43 divided by 2. Oh, crap. We'll call this 31,521. 31,521. And one number just to kind of highlight right here is if you notice, total expenses are around 37.44. Most of the time it's in the anywhere from mid 40s to just low 50s. So anything between 45 and 53, in my opinion, has been an industry standard. 37 is still kind of low, but if you notice, there's nothing in here for turnover.
Yeah, and then also management fee. So definitely we need a
8%.
management fee. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got that part. So
Okay.
their management fee currently is 25,634. Let's see, did I miss anything else? Marketing, they don't have anything for marketing. I always like to do like 100 per unit. Contractor
Contractor fees.
services.
Okay.
This is in Washington, right?
Yes. But still, I'm thinking about like landscaping, all that.
Sure. But contractor services would be something like snow removal, right? If you're in Florida, you probably wouldn't have that, but you would have lawn services. And if you notice, I believe it's down. That could be considered repairs and maintenance.
Okay.
We'll see what's illegal for eviction. You're definitely going to have trash, which I don't see trash on here. Let's see, 35 times 12. Times 32. I'm going to cut that in half just because I don't know what it is for sure. Payroll. Turnover, let's say, what, 10% per year? That's what, 3, 4? So let's say $800. That seems low. Let's do 3,000. Okay. So if you look at this right now with all the numbers that I've plugged in, one, we're still kind of low on our total expenses, which is fine. But at a 6.5 interest rate, amortized over 30, right now at a $2.7 million offer, you
Mm-hmm.
still haven't even hit your 1.25 that you need for a DSCR loan. So although the numbers might look nice, right now your offer would not be allow you to get a loan on this because of the trying to get this debt cover ratio.
Okay, and why? Okay, so pause right there. Why should that be at a 1.25 DSCR debt service?
Because a lender wants to make sure that you have more um, from the income producing asset than your mortgage debt, right? So let's just say, just for easy numbers, that your mortgage debt was $20,000, right? Well, they want to make sure that you have what is $25,000 in income producing from the asset to make sure that you have enough
Mm-hmm.
to cover
Mm-hmm.
that asset. Because if not, then you go into the negative, and then it's not a really good deal for them, right? There's a chance that you're going to default on this loan. So they want to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you have enough Oh, I didn't hit enter.
Enough cushion.
Right. So just given the numbers, and again, they can be tweaked. I mean, again, I added some numbers like this advertising was not in their numbers. Um, this trash removal was not in their numbers. Um, but everything else came from the O&M. And if you're waiting on word of mouth, you're not going to get your things. So you got to do some kind of marketing. And I didn't put anything in for snow removal, which I'm sure you'll have to pay for, and potentially evictions, but I left
Mm-hmm.
it blank, right? So right now, again, using a calculator, I could probably move it up a little bit,
Mm.
but anywhere from 2.25. Let's do 2.4. Let's see what that gives us. Yeah, to 2.4 would be the
That is the
sweet spot.
maximum probably, yeah.
Yeah, 2.4 I would say would be your maximum offer on
Mm-hmm.
this in order to
Mm-hmm.
get approved for a DSCR loan at the 1.25 ratio that they're requiring for the property, given the
Mm-hmm.
income that it's producing, right?
Right. Yeah, because the agent keep forcing me with the new price after stabilization, like the 1400. He keeps saying like this is a good deal. I don't believe that. That's why.
Well, I mean, it may be a good deal if, and tell him if he wants that number, tell him to start having his seller to rent each unit at 1450, right? So that way it's producing that kind of money so that you can then pay them that kind of money. But you can't pay for something that might happen. You have to pay for what they have, what you're buying,
Right. Until
right?
it's stabilized. That is the time makes sense.
Right. And you're going to have to invest roughly, 100 to what? 300, I think we put in there.
I think yeah, about
320,
200.
right? Anywhere from 100
Yeah.
to
220.
320 to get that
Uh-huh.
1450 market rent. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why should you give them credit for something that you have to pay to make happen?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, um, my opinion on this, and again, this is just a desktop. This is not going in there. I didn't go to grab the tax cert to see what that is. I didn't do any market research to see what other properties like this are selling in the area. But just based off the O&M and the numbers that they provided to you, my recommendation would be not to offer anything more than 2.4.
Mm-hmm.
And this is with a 20%. And if you notice here, I didn't even put anything for zero interest only months. That's stuff you can negotiate. I've seen up to 36 to 48 months is the highest I've seen, but the lowest is usually 12 to 24. But this is all structure that you can do as well. Do you have any comment on that, DJ?
I would agree with that. And I would ask them maybe as a negotiation if they're like pushing you to buy based on their projections, I would ask them how they bought.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
Because I think
because
I have a hard
the
time
the
suggesting they did
broker
that.
keeps saying the broker keeps saying a lot of maintenance or improvement they have done. So I was like, okay, but the price, the rental price is not as good as expected, right? So it's
Right.
only 1,000.
Do they have anything that demonstrates what they did?
I'm not seeing
They have
anything in the
those.
OM.
There is one, Jose. If you see the fourth spreadsheet, there is improvement.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. Give me a second. Let me go back.
For those just joining, we're underwriting a deal, a multifamily deal for Teresa, and we're just going through some numbers. Again, this is just for educational purposes, so please do your own due diligence. And then we'll open up for questions, based on this, like what questions you have. Jamie.
Oops, sorry. Did not mean to show the address. that real quick.
You
Let's
yelling
show.
at me?
Two Jamies in the house. Jamie White and Jamie Davis.
Let me look at your email one more time. Oh,
While we're,
improvement list.
while we're
Sorry.
waiting for that, Han, do you have any feedback for us? I know you're like a ninja multifamily.
Hi everyone. Hold on,
Cindy.
let me turn this on. Yeah, I'm actually I just jumped in, so I don't have much to share because I didn't listen to the whole. But I can have some input that I right now is there are different type of loan for multifamily. So it depends on the strategy. Is it, I don't know, is the value add property or it just by kind of a stabilized energy project?
I believe Teresia is trying to do a value add. Right now, the market has it at 1,000. She's planning on improving each of the units to get up to 1450 per unit. I'm looking at the list of improvements, Teresia, and I'm telling you, roof replacement, siding replacement, foundation repair, window replacement, foundation repair, and appliances. Um, all that's just cosmetic to the outside to bring people in. It doesn't really improve the people's. You can't get more per unit just because the outside looks pretty, right? What you're trying to do is updating the cabinets, maybe updating the bathrooms. That's where you're going to get your bang for your buck for improvements. So the appliances were great. You know, if they got maybe stainless steel appliances, or at least more modern appliances, and not from the 1990s or 2000s. But again, not enough, and their rent roll reflects that they're about $400 under the market right now. So again,
This kind of sounds like a tired landlord situation to me. Like if they're shelling out cash for new roofs and siding and everything, I don't know too many that do that because they want to, you know.
right. Well,
I bought a fourplex in Milwaukee where he basically had to replace the roof to keep the property sound. And he got rid of it for exactly that. He was tired of shelling out cash to keep it stable.
Mm-hmm.
So, to Jose's point, like maybe there's opportunity to invest more to get to that 1400, but it's not ready for that now just because he replaced the roof.
I think
Good point.
it's that's the good point to negotiate the price. Um, Even the fact that you're gonna put more money for capex in the deal. So just we buying based on the cash flow today, not in the future, right? So
Right.
so that's you have to negotiate hard, especially if they motivated and they tired landlord. So most of the time when I go through the deal with OM, I always discount OM because OM is not always right. It's just marketing material.
Right.
right.
Yeah. So that's why I have a hard time talking with the agent because they keep forcing me based on the OM.
Yeah, don't let them force you. And
Yeah.
again,
Mhm.
even using their numbers, right? I didn't go, like I said, I didn't go searching to see what the market actually is for. I used their numbers on this underwriting, and even using their numbers, right? In order for you to get a loan, the more you could pay for this is 2.4.
Yeah,
Get it
maybe
to that ratio that you need.
I have to start with 2.295 probably, huh? So
I would not.
drop
Yeah.
I mean,
drop a
you can
million.
you can start wherever you want. You can
Whatever you
start 2
want.
mil if you want.
Yeah.
You know.
Whatever worked for you, and then hopefully that is they open the conversation with them. But if because I think that we somehow is subject to right creative finance, if you can get, I mean, some part of it or the whole thing is seller finance, so you can give a little bit higher price than what you projected. Um, So start with that because the bank will require more information, more documentations.
Right.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Hannah makes a great. Sorry.
I think this is a good input.
Yeah, and Hannah makes a really good point. You know, this underwriting that I just did is not giving you a creative financing situation. This is if you were to go to the bank and just ask for straight cash purchase, right?
Mm-hmm.
As she mentioned, you could offer the 3.295, but again, you would want to structure this so that it makes sense to you, right? Where
Right.
they have a seller carry, you have multiple years to pay this thing back so that you can do your improvements with your CapEx and get the rent higher. You can even do deferred payments. You could ask for like 36 months deferred payments so that you can have that time to fix it up and stabilize the property before making payments to the seller. There are different ways you can structure this deal creatively. Um, I just approached it as a flat cash offer or finance offer just to keep the underwriting simple. I could go really deep into different ways of structuring this creatively, so I didn't want to get too confusing with people.
Since where is the metropolitans or the town or what state is that?
I was trying to stay out of giving the address, but let me see if I can
No
This
need
kind
to
of.
be
is
exact, but
close
at least
to
to know the
close to
market.
close to Olympia, Washington.
There you go.
Okay. So you local there or you know very well the market you have put on the ground there?
This is not too far away from Seattle, basically. I'm in Oregon. Probably I can drive like to visit uh maybe like 2 hours drive. And if
Mhm.
I'm interested, if they're interested for me for 2 million, probably I will visit the property and start looking at more closely. But the number it doesn't work for me. That's why I didn't really want to go to check it out.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have experience, or is it it's the first year that you look at a multifamily or commercial?
This is my first deal for commercial, but I have a background as a senior accountant for a multi-family investor.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
on the number, monthly report, I know how it is, but I
Mm.
I have no experience acquiring
Yeah.
multi-family.
And do you have any like potential partner or people know about property management or renovations?
I don't, but I think along the way I would have to have one, and then I'm thinking maybe I need to hire a property management locally. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
because
thinking.
it's gonna be a lot of work. If I don't know how
Yeah,
like your timing allocations, or you have another job or you have another business, so something just to prepare mentally.
right, right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If I acquire this one, definitely the first time I will look for the property management and then
Mm-hmm.
ask them if they
Operator.
can, yeah, if they can help me to manage, to get some proper, fixer or whoever can help to upgrade the building, to upgrade the
Mm-hmm.
units, basically. Yeah.
So one
Yeah.
thing,
And
Teresa, to keep in mind, this is 32 units, and
Uh-huh.
usually anything under 100, you don't have on-site property management. It's usually off-site. So
Uh-huh.
you usually have a handyman that's kind of like the one person that is your trusted person to make sure
Uh-huh.
that everything is not being destroyed and being upkept.
Okay. So I don't know. I thought minimum is 16. So you said minimum how many?
For on-site, I've always
Uh-huh.
been told 100. I don't usually, that's the way I do it. Han and DJ, do you guys have any other input on that?
it, I don't know. Is it a class B, class C? What is the conditions of the property? Is it What
I
is
think
the
this is a
neighborhood?
Class C. It 1979.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's
I
not the
don't.
year it was built. It's the location that determines whether it's a class C
Yeah.
or B or A.
I would
So let
echo
me
what you said, Jose, like typically 100 and up. It's when you can start to afford to have somebody on site.
Yes.
right.
Uh,
Let me see if
mm,
it even says anything or what it the broker feels like it is. Um,
Yeah, a couple things that determines the classes are the location, the age, the physical condition, amenities, and income potential. As far as I believe Jose is correct on the 100. That's what I've been always, when I underwrite for the property management, it's 100
yeah, because
units.
yeah, we have to pay like a full-time PM at least
Mhm.
like 50, 60K. Depends on the market though, but it's
Right.
Westcott, probably a little bit higher. Um,
nothing is mentioned in what class that the broker is trying to say this is. Just kind of looking at the pictures, I would probably um, guesstimate this is probably a class B. It doesn't look like it's in a tough neighborhood. It looks like it's in a pretty good maintained neighborhood. Um, and it's close to a metropolitan and some. So I'd probably, just guessing, I would say this is a class B.
yeah, that would be better. I guess that be because if it's run down or in some questionable neighborhood,
Yeah, I
you
mean, it
need
looks
people on site, right?
right. I mean, it's really odd location because it looks like it's kind of inserted into a neighborhood because it looks like there's a lot of single family homes around it, but there's also like what could be rental units around it as well. So it's kind of a hybrid area. But I mean, everything looks well kept. Roads look very well maintained. Um, so that's why I would, and this is just guessing. I would really have to do some more deep research. But again, just trying to do a surface level to even see if it's worth digging deeper. I would guesstimate this being a Class B property, and
What kind of occupancy rates was there a T12 included?
there was a no, sorry, P&L. There was no T12. But let me see what this is saying. Does not have
There is
occupancy.
a rent roll over here. Pretty much is occupied. I think
Let me see. I did have a
only 2 units vacant out of 32. So that's less than 10%.
right, which is another thing to think about too. When because if you're going to do agency, which is your Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, you have to have over a 90% occupancy to get that approval as well. So with just two being out, you would still qualify for that type of financing if that's the route you chose.
I would be curious to see if that's sustained and stable, or if they've had any issues in the last year or two.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
able to get those financials.
I would say that they've been pretty good just because they, like I said, they gave her a P&L for 2024 and 2025. Um, it does look like it was created from QuickBooks, so I don't think the numbers are made up. And if you look at each one, the ordinary income increased from 2024 to 2025 by roughly 150, give or take 20. Because it says that 2024 the NOI or net income was 50K, and then in 2025 it says the net income was 207. So
As it's part time.
say
Yeah,
again?
it doesn't make sense. It's 4 times. Yeah, it's about four
Yeah,
times.
So we need to know what is the story behind the number.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that would be sustainable or not. Like you mentioned earlier, Teresa.
Yeah.
Tercia.
So you
So
are accountant, right? So you you know.
yeah, on 2025 they didn't calculate the depreciation. And 2024 they have a bad debt. They write off a lot of stuff. I don't know. That bad debt is like 56,000.
We are looking at NOI right now, right?
Right.
Yeah, but that's how they have it calculated in their profit and loss. Under operating expense, they have a bad debt. So they wrote that off as an operating expense.
So if that's the case, we may consider to add it back because that's the real income.
Right.
So to see that how is the change, the ratio, how is the change over years, and how
Yeah.
many years they've been in, they own this property.
They said like over 10 years. They bought it only 950,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now they
And
want
it's
3 point. I'm sorry.
no. That's good. Okay, so it's they've been a while for it. And in here this is the target range. It can be increased $400 per unit. Who come up with that number, and what is it the market range? It's 1450 right now for a
This is what
similar
was
to one.
estimated by the broker, what you could get.
Okay.
And this is what they're saying. This is the average of what they're getting. Majority of them are
Right
at
now.
1,000. Some are at 975. Some are at like 950. But
Mm-hmm.
I would say 85% of them are at $1,000.
Mm.
So for easy numbers, I threw that in there.
I think it just verify those and what is back it up for this number, right? What is the conditions of the unit? Is they updated or on average or
The broker
you know?
says probably is not updated. That's why I estimated like 10 grand or 15 grand to make it nice. That's what I'm thinking.
And do you know who is your current tenants or target tenants?
No, I haven't gone to that conversation yet. We just
Okay.
talking about the OM and then the price. So that's why the agent forced me like that is a good price. I was like, no, I don't think so. When I ran the number is 2.7, it's already like on the border. But now Jose said 2.4, even like 300 less. Good thing I didn't open my mouth 2.7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
numbers don't lie.
yeah, you cannot come up with something and then you know that there's always back and forth, negotiate, find somewhere in between. So if you target like 2.7, maybe you have to boost like 2.3, 2.4, and then end up
But
with somewhere
now
in
I'm
between.
targeting 3.4.
So you put 2 million, but at least put something and always give them the reason why you offer that price to start with, not just through the number, and then they're gonna walk away. They thought you lowball, you don't know what you're doing, so they're not gonna talk to you. So
And just tell them, like, with your CapEx, right, with reserves,
Mm-hmm.
um, given the market, and then, which the requirement for lending at 1.25, DSCR, you can't offer anything more than that. And you can't, and let them know, it's like, I can't give you credit for 1450 if you're not renting them at 1450. I can give you credit for 1,000 because that's what you're renting them
yeah,
Right.
subject to your due diligence during your due diligence period.
at.
Mm-hmm.
And just to keep in mind, this repairs that we have calculating here, that's just for the units, right? What if you do your due diligence and you find out that the HVAC system needs to be replaced? That's a very major cost, right? And if you look at
Mm-hmm.
their list of improvements or repairs that they've done, that's not been touched, right?
No. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that could be another expense that you have that's coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
What if, um, you saw that there were some foundation issues. What if the person that did the foundation repairs didn't do it properly? Now you have a foundation issue that you got to fix because the person that they paid to do it didn't do it right. These are all things that you'd find in your due diligence. Again, this particular Zoom and us underwriting this is just kind of surface level to let you know whether you should even dig deeper or not, right?
Mhm.
And right now you could, but not at that asking price. I would, like I said, the most I would offer on this would be 2.4. And to be honest with you, I would have probably taken off maybe 200 from this 1450 to be a more conservative number. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but um,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
see too
like I
many
said, I
you
try
can
to add as many expenses
increase
as I
rent
possibly can.
40%.
Say again?
I don't see too many where you can anticipate that you can increase rents 40%.
Right.
Second that.
That's probably you have to wait for another 24 months and then you increase it like 150
Really.
and then another 150, you cannot jump immediate into 400
In other words, the
unless
seller wants you to give him credit for what might be half the time you own it, improvements in rent.
right.
Right.
And if you look at the OM, we'll go back and look at it because they do have in this OM like local rents, but I think they're really stretching it. You know how they do it, right? They always find the highest rent. I don't even know how far away this property is, but one's 1350. They got a 1500 in here, or 1550, a 1399, and a 1600, right? All above 1,000. And some of the properties are actually built or a lot older than. But I'm looking at some of these, and they're even in a completely different city. So I don't know how far away that is, but I think I would at least stay within the city that I'm got my unit in to be more. Um, and this one's 915 square feet for 1,500. 915. So the two properties or two rents that are close in square footage are 1,350. So they're already overinflating. They took the averages of all these properties. I would probably
Mm-hmm.
say now I'm looking at this even, digging deeper into the OM. That 1,450 is high. It's probably closer to 1,300 to 1,350 that you could probably get once you
Mm-hmm.
improve the properties. Do you have any more questions, Teresia?
I think this is really good. Give me the other point of view. So, is there any way I can get the copy of this?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Does anybody have any suggestions for Teresa on how to approach the broker with this information? Like we all know it's too high, but how does she actually get the broker to come to that realization or like put it delicately without having the broker walk away?
She might
Property
have to.
in, yeah.
I've had brokers
Sometimes
tell me
that
I was
just will be the way as well.
sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. I would just let her give her her offer, and if he doesn't like it, let her walk away. 2 or 3 months down the road, they'll come back to her and saying, "Hey, is that offer still? You know, are you still willing to offer that?" Because that's where any other investor is going to have to be, unless they can afford to
Mhm.
uh, take the loss because they have other assets that they are trying to um, balance out. That's just
And
my opinion.
you can
Yeah, of
test their
course you want to be
ability.
okay with like walking away and being willing to do so, especially in a situation where the deal doesn't pencil out. But I'm just curious if anybody's got kind of a way to build the relationship with the broker, even though you're telling them it's a pass, basically. Like I don't anticipate the seller would necessarily want to do this. If the broker's not even hearing you out at this point, but like more on the psychology approach of building the relationship, even with saying no.
I think Hans said it perfectly earlier, right? You just kind of have to explain your position. I have CapEx, I have reserves, I still have to qualify for a loan, so I have to meet the DSCR ratio 1.25, right?
Yep.
Given these three items plus the income that is being produced by the property right now, and the expenses that and basically tell them using your numbers from your O&M, so it's not like you change the numbers, right?
Yep.
Based on those numbers on your O&M, for me to qualify for a loan at this for this property, I would need to be at no more than 2.4. And just say the numbers, it's not me. Like I'll give you 3.295, but a lender, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac aren't going to give me that kind of money because the numbers don't support it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a strong argument. Yeah. Most of my investor friends come to me I say the same thing. When I look into it, I run the number. No, no, unless you do solar finance, just show the facts straight away to the seller. And if it's work, it's work. It doesn't work, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I also have some scenario like the investor can't wait for 3 months and then they call them back and they continue the conversation. It's okay. There's a plenty of, option out there. You just to make sure that your capital, your efforts will worthwhile. That's all.
Yeah, I
It's
think I would
business.
reach out to him again. Because he said already, I have offer on my desk right now, but I want to give you opportunity. I was like, okay, I don't know how much you have the offer on your table right now.
They probably don't.
Yeah, he didn't mention any number. So,
Of course, they're not going to disclose to you.
so, but this is good. I was thinking 2.7, but this is even give me a big relief. 2.4. I have to start with, okay, if you give opportunity, let's start with 2.2. So let's go from there. And if he doesn't want it, okay, so you can take whatever the offer on your table and see how it goes. If you don't get that one close, contact me and then we can start the conversation.
There you go.
Very good.
Yeah. Show the confidence. You know your number. So
Right. I think this is really useful. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
No, thank you for showing up. It gave us
Yeah.
a great first deal to analyze, and kind of let the people that are watching the video understand, you know, the good, bad, and ugly, as my background shows, about how to evaluate these deals, right? And like you said, the broker is trying to kind of strong arm you into you giving them what they want for this property. You just got to make sure that you stay strong with your numbers. And like I said, we just underwrote it, and they're nowhere close to that price. Um, yeah. And like you said, if they have an offer on it, you should take that offer. If it's higher than mine, take that offer because I can't give it to you.
Yep. I think that is the good challenge. He challenged me and then I have to challenge him back, you know?
There you go.
We'll even push
Yeah.
them to say, I hope that's a cash offer because you can't get a loan at that price.
yep.
Right. Yeah.
Or I'm open if your seller willing to do seller finance, I will consider to adjust the price a little bit higher to make it work for both ends.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, that's perfect. Well, this was our first underwriting Zoom, and so glad to have all of you on it. Jose, DJ, thank you all so much for your input. Han, amazing. So glad you jumped on. So
And
we're
you
going to be
had
doing
great
this.
value. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
we're doing this every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you have a deal that you want us to analyze, please bring it to us and we'll give you our 2 cents worth. So it's great.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm so lucky. Shut up, and then I'm the first one get the opportunity.
Well, we appreciate you being our first. Does anybody else have any questions before we let everybody go?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Ellie, for hopping on.
Thank you
When
so
will
much.
be the next Zoom call?
Next Tuesday, same time. Hi,
Next Tuesday.
Nomeen. How are ya?
Hi, Jose. Good. How are you?
Good. Hi,
All
Chris.
right.
Hi, Elizabeth. So
Every Tuesday or sorry, Jose?
yeah, we decided every week, right? So every Tuesday
Every
this time.
Tuesday at 6
Yeah.
p.m.
Yeah, it's
Eastern.
fun. It's fun.
Yes,
Because
it is
I
fun.
also see different deals. So I'd like to look at different deal and have a different sense, different perspective.
Sure. I try to do that.
Yes,
Awesome.
and open to feedback as well. So thank you all so much for being here. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you in a
Yeah.
week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.